So it's a brand new game. I've just been through the tutorial. I didn't see the point in recording that because it's just a tutorial that shows you how to move around. It shows you how to pick things up. But you pick things up, right? You've got hands. You've got lasers coming out of your hands, which is pretty cool. And you pick things up. And this is what you're presented with. I got bonus money for having done all of the tutorial steps, but that's about it. You get this lovely empty garage. It's quite nice and airy. It's more like a studio than a garage, really. Let's go for time belt arm walls pump, which is the same as time belt, but has an extra element to it as well. So accept, and the car materialises in front of us. This is a new car. I haven't worked on this car before. This is the Exocet, I think. So this is a new afterwards. Okay, so then we're into the job. So we've got to replace all these things. Timer belt, the idle pulley, all the rest of it. Let's have a little look at the car. So it's pretty small. It's smaller than the other one. There is Catfish is the other car. It's clearly been used in some form of anger. Let's bring it up a little bit. Let's have a little look. So the way you interact with the car, the way you interact with parts, is very much like how you would interact with it in the real world. You're kind of looking at the parts to see what's up with them. So as I look around this, I'm performing an inspection of it, and it's telling me what my highly trained mechanic vision is picking up. Obviously, I'm not a highly trained mechanic in real life. I'm a bit of a dabbler. But we're playing the role, we're playing the part of somebody who can look at the parts of the car and get an idea of their condition. Now, it only works for some parts. Some parts, obviously, we can't see, and some parts you can't inspect without taking them off the car, which is, again, a bit like real life. So we're having a little look, at some of the various components. So there's some filters here. Again, I've not worked on this car before, so beyond the kind of common components that you find in a car, a lot of this is new to me. I haven't done this work on this car before. So let's bring it down a little bit so we can open the bonnet, or the hood as Americans would call it. So lift the catches up, and then the whole thing just comes off, and that can go over there, out of the way, thanks. So luckily we appear to have an engine. That's good. I tend not to want to start work on it right away, because as much as this, I like the feature of like being able to look at things and roll over and do things, all of this like interstitial text can get in the way a little bit when you're in the middle of trying to do something. So we'll just have a little look around first and let all of the kind of exploration. And I haven't bought any tools yet, so that's going to make things a lot harder to work on the car. So we're going to need a ratchet, we're going to need a small ratchet, we're going to need, probably will eventually need one of them anyway. We're going to need, not taking the cranks off at the moment, so I don't need those right now, so we'll complete that purchase. And even better than Amazon Prime, not too far away to receive that. Whoa, that was a trippy teleport. Ta-da! So once you've kind of pulled them out of the box, lob them on the floor, they all form part of your tool belt, or at least they should do. So they're all on the tool belt now, and I've got them where I need them, and the box can go in the bin that I don't have, which is another thing I need to buy. Why do I need to buy a bin? So there's some documentation that's made available to you in, so obviously the main game guide is in the Bower Catfish, but a lot of the stuff will be the same. It's a similar kind of layout. I mean, cars are cars, so that's fine. Did I undo that? Oh, well, I'm going to take it off anyway. So if I was working on this as a real car, then I'd probably approach this first. It's just, oh, I can't pocket it like that. Fine. I can't pocket that anyway. Okay. Let's just start with that. That's fine. Or take this inlet hose off here, just to give me some better wiggle room. That's come off with the filter as well. That would not have come out in real life. It's gone through that bulkhead there. So it just gives me a bit of access to that. I'll leave the coolant systems pressurised as I can. I reckon this cover's going to have to come off, which means the spark plug leads are going to have to come off first, which should just pull off. Again, if this was a real car, I would be a lot more careful with the components, but at this point, at least, you can't damage them by just lobbing them around the place. So we will do, so that's all the spark plugs off. We'll take the sensor doodad out as well, can't remember what it's called. What else needs to come off? No, I think that should be it. So let's grab the ratchet, let's do the unfastening, let's put the little extension on so it sits proud. It's 11 bolts. And now I can see the camshafts go rough. So, yeah, again, fine. Alright, so we don't really need to worry, I don't think, about the cams. So, which just gives us access to the top of the timing belt. So that's kind of fine. I'm gonna have to tackle some of these lower belts as well. So I think the next thing that it looks like I'll have to get rid of to get access to taking the camshaft sprockets off. So you need to get to the tensioners there. Ratchet, not you. This one. To loosen that top bolt there. That should then enable me to remove this belt by moving the alternator a little bit. And then that, in turn, I don't think I can reach that bolt yet. No, I can't. So I take these ones off to take the water pump pulley itself off. That bolt hasn't got in my pocket. I'll need that. Cute. So let's take those off. And let's move this out of the way. Again, I can go over there. And that's taking that out of the way, and now I should be able to tackle this. No, I can't get at that yet. Can't get a thing on it. That's part. Aha, that's why. Because there's a tensioner spring that needs to come off first. This thing off. So that doesn't work at all because we just turned the camshafts. Wait for delivery. Delivery is pretty quick in this game, which is well. Oops. If I can get it in the right place, or do I need to take the belt off? No, I think I need to take the belt off before I can put that on. So that sort of informs that needs to come off. Yields another nice big long through bolt. We can remove the alternator, which we probably don't need to do, but I'm doing it anyway. That's going to make life easier. Should take that off. Help ourselves. Not retaining that one. Retaining these ones. There is an element to this that's just the pulley that's bolted to the crankshaft itself. Taking that off means we can take that off, which means we can pulley boss is still intact. That's held in by that big bolt, that's fine. Things you don't really need to remove, but you do anyway for the sake of it. So, let's just cheat. Okay. Don't really know how I would have done that without doing that. Doesn't seem to be a non-cheaty way to achieve it, so the timing belt's off. A bit of a cheat. There you go. Right, that can come out. That can come off. Yeah, I've ruined the timing now. That's great. It was a stupid thing to do. Where's that cam gear? Actually, don't think I need to take the camshafts out themselves to change the seals, because it's this part in here, isn't it? Oh, I can do it from here now. So, that one. And that one. So that's one in there. And that's one in there. Cool. Cool. Oops. Thank you. Right. Let's go back in. Oh, in you go. Thank you. Right. No idea what torque they need to be tightened to. It won't tell me, so let's just... That's part of it anyway. Right, so there was that, and there was... What else do we need to do? Yes, front main seal. That's a front main seal. Here's that woodruff key. Open. Let's just bring the box over. That sticks on there, presumably. That. Excellent. What bolts did it use? Who knows? There were 4 of them. Oh, that's spot on, is that? Right, grab it by the head then this time. Tightening to 21 or 24? 24. 24. No, off. So, bring them on to seat them so they don't just fly off. And then tighten them round to the torque until the torque wrench breaks loose. That's that one. That's that one. That's that one. And that's that one. A tensioner pulley. That also had a bolt in it. Was it this one? Is it you bigger chunkier one? It is you bigger chunkier one. Cracking. What torque target do you have? So, let's get you seated. Tighten you off. Crack. Pop you into place. Cute. That's it, you're there. Big bolt in now. And fasten it. Even though it's not tight. And then I can turn it, surely. Turn it round. Is it that one? This goes in. Then this goes in. Then the big screw off bolt goes in. And again we're gonna auto fasten that, so ruining the timing again. Then the blooming great big that thing can go on. What goes on that way around. Then there's like a little locking ring for that. Yes. So target torque on those is 10 Newton meters. Okay, so we're lucky now we've got an engine again partly reassembled. That's getting better, so it means I need that in there first. He's very fiddly. Okay. I may regret saying this. One of the main things I like about this game is it does let you make mistakes. It lets you do things wrong. And that is part of the fun, so to speak, of working on cars, is that you just do the things. And if they're not right, then they're not right, you know? You bear the pain of that alongside the joy of having done it right. So, and then that should go in there. Let's get the hose back. Hose goes in place. I don't think there was anything else that I took away from there that needs to go back on. No. Okay, so let's bring the alternator back now. So this goes this way, and you kind of have to bring it in such that it will mount on there. That's it. From that direction, you can come into there. So that's that. Nice and tight. And that's why that wouldn't fit, because it was being put on the wrong way. So another of those clips. One for you, and there should be another one knocking around somewhere. Is for there. Click to lock. That's what it is. Camshaft cover back on. I'm going to just also fasten that, save a minute. Okay. Plug that I've got it in. No, it's so simple. Part I took out. Right, that is the barest minimum we can get away with. Caps on that. Where'd the lid for this go? That's fine, it can just leak out of there. Catch is closed. Submit. No, it's not happy with me. Why not? So, well, that's it. So, this is what I mean. You can pick parts up, you can look at them. They look insanely detailed. They're laser scanned off real car parts. You know, this is a real water pump. And, you know, somebody who dabbles in working on real cars, they look like the real thing. They genuinely do. And it's a pleasure to play. So, yeah, it's a good game.